All right, so we're gonna look at keep trade cut here, and their non super flex dynasty rankings. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I mean, let's just scroll down from the top, and I'll give a little commentary or I guess reaction to each player. So Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, that's the top three. Kyle Pitts, maybe a little bit overvalued, but I can understand the placement. Najee Harris, maybe a little bit overvalued. Um, CD Lamb, Swift. I mean, like all these guys, you can make a reasonable case for. I mean, uh, you get down to T. Higgins, AJ Brown, Mark Andrews, maybe a little bit overvalued. But I mean, I don't have a serious problem. Christian McCaffrey, that makes sense. Jalen Waddle, that makes sense. Herbert Mahomes, I guess that makes sense. Maybe Samuel's a little bit overvalued, but I'm a hater on Samuel's. Um, I mean, let's keep going. These all make sense here. DJ Moore, Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley, J.K. Dobbins. I mean, this makes sense. This makes sense. This makes sense. Um, but once we get to here, once we get to Jameson Williams in particular, but also George Kittle, I feel like these guys are very overvalued in Dynasty, at least with these consensus rankings. I mean, I'm just gonna look at Jameson Williams. So like some of the things that are going for him. He's 21. He he dominated his last year in college. He was the engine of the national runner up. So very, 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 very impressive there. Incredible field stretcher, great speed, great deep threat. But I mean, if we're comparing him, I mean, on an offense that has T.J. Hawkinson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, DJ Chark, no, yeah, DJ Chark now, DeAndre Swift. I mean, these are nobodies. And Williams coming off the ACL, that's kind of rough. But like, I prefer so many people after him. Um, so like Rashad Bateman, I prefer to Jameson Williams. Um, Mike Evans, I can make a case for. I mean, like win now, it's a no brainer. Like Evans is gonna smash this year. Um, Devontae Smith, I'd probably take him over. I'd probably rather have Devontae Smith. I mean Terry McLaurin, that's kind of a toss up. Cam Akers, I'd probably rather have Cam Akers. Jerry Judy, oh God, I mean one of them is 23 and has Russell Wilson as a quarterback. Um, and I mean, their competition for targets is probably similar. One of them has Jared Goff. I mean, I'd probably rather have Jerry Judy, but who knows there. Chris Olave, yeah, I'd most definitely prefer Olave. Elijah Moore was just the next big thing. I mean, look at this. He was the next big thing over here. And then when Wilson comes, he drops a little bit. But like, you get the point here. I feel like Jameson Williams is a little bit overvalued. And who else was it? George Kittle. George Kittle, I feel like is a little bit overvalued. I mean, when you're looking at a guy like George Kittle, let's go over here. Obviously, transcendent second season, great third season, but like this is the reality of George Kittle these past 2 years, and now he's going to an offense with Trey Lance that's gonna be likely far more run heavy and have a lot less passes. And with the emergence of Debo Samuel, maybe he's not the one in the offense, and that's even when he's on the field. I mean, George Kittle, I just don't trust him. I don't depend on him. And having him as a top 50 player in Dynasty over guys like, I mean, let's do the same exercise with George Kittle, right? I'd rather have Rashad Bateman. I'd rather have Mike Evans. And Mike Evans the same age as George Kittle. I mean, come on now, guys. Come on now, guys. Devontae Smith, I'd rather have Terry McLaurin. I mean, that one's rough. I'm not too bullish on Terry McLaurin. Cam Akers, Chris Olave, Jerry Judy, Moore, Hollywood Brown. I'd rather have all these guys. AJ Dillon, you can make a case for. Darren Waller, just 1 year older than George Kittle, probably with less injury concern. He most definitely has Darren Waller most definitely has a lower ceiling than George Kittle. But I mean, come on. I trust Darren Waller to play these 16 games here. Oh wait, and also Darren Waller's teammate. I mean, Josh Jacobs. He has one. I mean, look at this. He took a big hit here. Wait, I don't know what happened. I wonder what this event was. Maybe it was like the season ending or something, or I don't know. That would make sense though. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of guys. Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, I feel like is a very similar player to a guy like George Kittle. I mean, when he's out there, he's going to be elite, and I understand that tight ends are have more positional scarcity, and therefore he's probably. I mean, George Kittle is probably more valuable than Amari Cooper, but this is like the same type of player. A guy that's not going to stay in the field that much, that is getting up there in age. I mean, they should be in their prime, but like it feels like they're almost going over the cliff. But yeah, I just wanted to make this about those guys. But let's just look at the rest of the dynasty rankings because I wanna have a little commentary on them, I guess. Let's see. So we got past Cortland Sutton. Man, Darnell Mooney is a tough one. I can understand why he's here, but I don't know if I draft him in a startup around guys like Josh Jacobs and Sky Moore. I'd probably rather have Sky Moore. I mean, he's already 24, you know? He's already 24, attached to Justin Fields, who knows? Mike Williams. Mike Williams, wow, that's interesting right there. They're back-to-back. I'd probably rather have Keenan Allen than Mike Williams, but who knows? Dak Prescott, Brandon Ayuk, Elijah Mitchell. I don't want any part of Elijah Mitchell. I'd rather have I mean, he's significantly overvalued, I'd say as well. I'd rather have Zeke. I'd rather have both these quarterbacks. Gabriel Davis, I feel like is undervalued in Dynasty as well. I mean, he's going in like the 5th round of redraft. So why is he going as a wide receiver 37 in Dynasty when he's only 23? I think he should be shooting at rankings. But what do I know? Jahan Dotson, that makes sense. George Pickens, that makes sense. Hunter Renfrow, these all make sense. Will anybody pop out? CEH is probably a little bit undervalued. Actually, I don't know. I mean, there's still some good players here. Yeah. Makes sense to me. Yeah. Nothing too crazy here. So yeah, it's just nice to look at keep trade cut rankings every once in a while, you know, or just like any crowdsourced dynasty rankings just to see what the pulse is on these guys, you know. Yeah, it's fun, man. Anthony Schwartz, I had high hopes for him, man. I mean, you can still keep him now. He's attached to Deshaun Watson, for better or for worse. So that's interesting. Velus Jones, man, he should be a little higher, man. Nice young receiver.